Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Steph, and this is reDigg News for LabZeta Media R&D, the show where we go through the site Digg and pull up a few articles and kind of get a little deeper and see if we can think together some. So let's jump right into it. Our first article is we entitled Disbot. So check this out. Again, we're getting these off Digg, and if you're checking this out in the morning, afternoon, evening, glad you're here with us. And here we go. This first article is written Shannon Flynn off of lifehacker.com, and I will tell you, if you're not familiar, and really I'm bringing this up and popping this out here to get some of this language out here and familiarity, Discord and Discord bots. Articles entitled The Best Discord Bots and How to Use Them. If you haven't yet, you should try these Discord bots in your server. And so here we go. Discord bots are AI-powered tools that automate tasks and add music, games, welcome messages, memes, and other interesting content to your server. These bots make it easy for you to engage with an audience, build your community, and moderate your server. Okay, so there again, familiarizing ourselves with some of these aspects of the internet and communication and types of things that are out here. They give us a few. We'll focus here, MEE6 and an all-purpose bot, so that's a good one to kind of focus on if we're not familiar. So some Discord users believe MEE6 should be included on every Discord server, and it's certainly popular. Okay, so it helps you boot members together if you can use it on YouTube and Twitch. So we're just going to take a quick peek at this, and this is the bot here, and all about it. So just to familiarize with these, a lot of this comes through gamers. I do feel like a lot of this type of communication and is gonna really start to become more what people are doing. I'm still learning about it, and just sharing it along. Really always appreciated Digg from the perspective of just sharing, being able to realize new things faster just by paying attention a bit. So yeah, it's a really interesting situation, and getting more familiar with Discord and these types of communication sites in some way seems like it has value for the future and for how we're figuring out a lot of different things. These Discord sites like Discord, GitHub. So want to jump into the next one is entitled Instavid, and kind of highlight in here an idea that we're noticing as a lot of people are creators and things like this. We're dealing with, should we do this? People do that. And here we go, just to highlight this from Vox.com by Rebecca Jennings. Nobody wants crappy videos on Instagram. That's too bad. Creators hate making videos that their audiences hate watching. So it kind of just kind of gets into the whole concept of how these sites are kind of copying each other in different ways. TikTok's copying YouTube to get to longer videos. Facebook's using Instagram to copy TikTok to do these reels and different stuff like this. And the article just kind of brings to light that maybe, we're getting deeper and deeper into these sorts of things. And so they're here at the end. Won't play the video, but if you again pull this up, you can see. But Doja Cat is making a video, and I'm just gonna read this section here. Earlier this month, Doja Cat satirized the process of making forced videos in a sponsored TikTok for Taco Bell, complaining that she had to write the jingle about its new Mexican pizza Before I post it, I just want you to know that it's contractual. I know it's bad. Um, it's just, yeah. Where are we going with all this? And Aaron Bruno, the lead singer of the band AWOL Nation, can relate to this as he promotes his latest cover album. One of the aspects of artists I've always loved the most is that they had a bit of mystery behind them, and that's becoming almost lost. Okay. As long as tech companies and influencers are compelled to grow as large as possible and as quick as possible, there will be people left behind. It's algorithms. ... I wonder if there's going to be some pushback or pendulum swing into less content and more mystery. Bruno adds, whenever someone figures that out, I'm going to be all about it. So I think there it's just important to bring up the idea that there are people out there, obviously, that are all of a sudden that are considering the concept of less is more idea, and also that some aspects of your life don't need to be online, and the way they kind of ask their artists or people that they're branding or working with to compose things and set stuff up, it really is problematic moving into our future, this whole setup with the idea of celebrities, entertainers. I think as that's becoming more into public view and those people are becoming even more stressed out, we're seeing just how broken that aspect of things is too, and it even causes even situations like this with someone like me who's putting things on to kind of, even in our little itsy bitsy spider ways, just evening the thing out some, because basically life isn't meant to be a popularity contest and different things like this, and mostly we really need people to know how significant they are and each individual person is, and find your value in real life. So getting into the next one, this is somebodyVerse. We entitled this, and this is jumping on to really in-depth, really fantastic interview, really felt honest conversation. Recommend the read, and I'm not gonna go too far into it because I really would recommend you read it. TheVerge.com. Steve Aoki on Why He's a Crypto Believer by Nala Patel. Okay, I am going to dig deeper on this though, and we're going to check directly into CircusBrew. Okay, so now there's a lot to unpack in their interview, and again, it's a real honest conversation. Much appreciated. Even though I love the website name, is that an A0K1verse.xyz. So people, but the idea of this passport thing is coming. I don't, it's just, you gotta really see what you think about. In the interview, they talked about concerts where there was only 200 or 300 people at the forum, and it was very exclusive. So most of this stuff is literally online, and pretty much less in real life. Here's some physical clothing and collectibles, and they have different passports, and they have, in the interview, they explain how the whole economy of all this is supposedly working. Here's a lot of the names of the people involved. See, to become a citizen of this verse with passports. Gosh, you can get into it, but there again, just kind of wanted to highlight. Also wanted to highlight in the interview, he did a song, which you could also look up, and this gets back into neon and stuff like this, but he did a song with a guy named Ray Kurzweil, who is not a musical artist in any way, but he is someone you may want to look into and get an idea of what the thoughts are coming out of these camps and where these things about the future and stuff head. he is someone that has invented a ton of different things. Also did some really cool stuff in music. Actually, if you've the Curves Wheel keyboard is pretty awesome, truthfully, and you can get into what he made with boards and stuff. So uh, it goes on and on with what he's done. He currently is the head engineer for Google, which is just because he chooses to be, it seems, and also the idea of the singularity and Singularity University, um, what he views about death and everything else. So, stance on the future of genetics, nanotechnology, and robotics, healthy and aging, encouraging futurism and transhumanism. So, get into seeing and understanding the transhumanist movement. Um, I really think that's where a lot of these ideas around trans are coming from, is to move us into that idea. Age of Spiritual Machines is the book he wrote in '99. In it, he states radical life extension will come radical life enhancement. Um, yeah, so yeah, lots to dig into that as well. So, kind of wanted to introduce those people into the thought realm once again, and ideas and considerations as to what that looks like. We um, are spending a lot of time answering questions for spaces that we're creating in areas that only exist with extra tools. So, in the real world we're living in, we're needing to create answers for things as well. So, in some way, all this stuff has to come together in a beautiful way to create the best answers and solutions for our society, which leads us to the next one, kinder, with a question mark. And so, once again, where it's popped up this thing about kindness and kinder in one of our past broadcasts recently. So here it is again. What stops people from being kinder? There was a kindness test worth looking at, and they looked into more than 60,000 people in 144 countries. So something to look into there, and just kind of wanted to drop into, and again, I'm sorry, this is from the BBC, and this was by Claudia Hammond. Just her last point here, I just wanted to bring up and mention, just because um, this point, and I feel this especially for us as live in cities or different things where it seems like we got to be tough and different stuff, but just over a quarter of people worried about their kindness being perceived as weakness. Yet we also know from the kindness test that after giving an act of kindness, people not only feel more connected to others and happier, but they said it helps them to feel as though they are a good person and adds meaning to their lives. And that's just the givers. Receiving kindness makes us feel good too, and is associated with higher levels of well being. This is just the start of the analysis of the data from the kindness test, and many more papers on the findings will be published in scientific journals. But taking all this evidence into account, perhaps we need to start trying to view kindness not as a weakness, but as a strength. And maybe next time I run past people maneuvering a mattress, I'll summon up the courage to offer for help. So, she had given an elemental experience that she had of not knowing if she should try to help someone moving a mattress or not, and brought that into the discussion. So, interesting read, and I love that, seeing kindness as a strength, not a weakness, especially when we meet someone. Don't presume that if they do something for you, they're trying to be nice. We start interpreting nice as this kind of falsity or falseness to try to get someone to like you or such and such. Let's all start being a little more real, and I think kindness is a strong way to step into that. Kindness is a truth that isn't really something you can deny, especially if your intention is good from the heart. So when we honor that in ourselves, that's mostly seen with others. Sometimes it's not, but mostly it is. And so I definitely encourage that as well, and love that it was written in there, seeing kindness as a strength. So finally, one that popped up, this was more local and off-dig thing that I found that I thought was interesting as well to share. Here is Burkus.com. Burkus Brewery is a unique place. It's in a spot called Ludlow, Kentucky, and they do craft beer, pizza. Their leader used to work for the Barnum and Bailey Circus, and they rehabbed this theater. And what's interesting is, ending tomorrow, they are allowing people to participate in becoming part owner of this. So we'll click over to that, and we're just going to take a moment to play their investment opportunity that closes tomorrow. Well, you know what? I'm going to let you go ahead and play if you get a chance. It's on wonderfund.co, and this is the Burkus.com, and just give it a shot. Check it out. If you do the Showman, I'll tell you, you get to design a label and brew a beer, which I thought was pretty cool. And Ringmaster at 5,000, you get to have some sort of party or event there that they go crazy with. So those sounded pretty wild. And at 250 or 500, you see you're getting shares now. You'd want to come in here and read what their agreements are and things like that. So anyway, just thought that was pretty cool. Just like a different way that restaurants and people doing entertainment can participate within the community to continue to build cool opportunities. So I thought that one was neat. Wanted to share it with you. Hopefully we brought up some stuff that maybe want to look into deeper when you have a moment, and present that into the thought clouds that we're all in together, that kind of change things and help present a world in a better way. And that's what we're hoping to do here as well. So thanks for joining us. Hope you have a great one.